so today we are looking at inequalities. Go ahead and write your name on here. This is going to get glued in to your notebook, but write your name in case it doesn't get glued in or in case it falls out. Okay, first thing that we need to talk about is our 4 inequality symbols. Our inequality symbols, instead of just having an equal sign, we've got less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. Just move over to the desk next to you. So a less than symbol goes this way. A greater than symbol goes this way. The way I remember it, and I'm going to zoom out so I can show the video on the screen. Here's how I remember it. If you take your fingers and put them into L's, your left hand is less than. So L, left, less makes the same direction if you just put your fingers into L's, okay? So L, left, less, that's how I remember that. Okay. The less than sign is also pointing to the left. Okay. Your less than or equal to sign is the exact same thing, just with a line underneath it, because it's like a less than sign and an equal sign combined. Greater than or equal to is a greater than sign with half of an equal sign below it. Okay. One thing that's different about, well, there's a lot of things that are different, but there's a lot of things that are the same. One big thing that we're going to have to do for our inequalities is we are always going to graph our answers on a number line at the end of each problem. When we graph on a number line, you are going to put a dot where the number is. For less than and greater than, you are going to put an open dot. So go ahead and draw an open dot. For less than, you are going to go to the left. And for greater than, you're going to go to the right. Then, for less than or equal to, the arrows go the same ways, but you use a closed dot instead of an open dot. So draw a circle and then color it in. So less than still goes to the left, greater than still goes to the right. So that way we have 4 different types of arrows. So the open or closed dot, open dot means less than or greater than. Closed dot adds in the or equal to, and then less thans both go to the left, greater thans both come to the right. So we are going to graph our solution. The reason why we are graphing our solution is because unlike an equation has one answer. When I say x equals 3, that means x is 3, okay? When I say x is greater than 3, what's greater than 3? And? Yes. So and 9 and 12 and 845 and 4.2, those are all greater than 3. So that's why we draw an arrow, because it shows us the entire range of possible answers. Okay, next 2 blanks before we start into our examples are what you guys just did at the boards, what you guys just figured out at the boards. And that is when you multiply, and I'm going to abbreviate that because my line's not long enough, or divide. I'm going to abbreviate that too. By a negative number, you have to flip your sign. So when you guys were at the boards, and I know group 3 did it on their own, they flipped their signs in order to make their statements true. So in order to keep statements true, you have to flip your sign. The way I think about it is when you multiply or divide by a negative number, all your negatives become positive and all your positives become negative. So you're essentially taking the entire number line and flipping it around. And so when you flip the number line around, you have to flip your sign to keep things true. So other than that, everything happens the exact same as solving an equation. So all of the math is the exact same. It's just how you write your answer, if you flip your sign, and then that we're going to graph it. So let's go ahead and get started. We've got 2 on the front and 2 on the back. We've got negative 3x plus 3 is less than or equal to negative 12. We are going to solve this like a normal equation. We just leave the inequality symbol in the middle. So the first thing that we do is we subtract 3 from both sides. On the left side, I've got negative 3x. At this point, I have done negative 12 minus 3, which is negative 15. And all I did was subtract 3. So I have not multiplied or divided by a negative, so I leave my sign the same. Okay. Then, in order to get x by itself, I need to get rid of that negative 3. Right now it's negative 3 times x, so I need to divide by negative 3. On the left side, those cancel each other out. So I've got x. I'm going to go ahead and write this in my solution box. Did I multiply or divide by a negative number? Yes, I just divided by negative 3. So when I divide by negative 3, I need to flip my sign. It becomes greater than or equal to. And then negative 15 divided by negative 3 is positive 5. So I get x is greater than or equal to 5. If you want to put a little note to yourself that says flip, you can. Okay, then the last thing that we need to do is we need to graph this. I want you guys, because it's really hard for me to see when you graph right on the number line, graph right above it. So right above the 5 on the number line, we're going to draw a circle. And then we color it in since it's or equal to. And then our arrow goes to the right because the numbers that are greater than or equal to are to the right. The numbers that are greater than 5 are 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, questions on that first one? Awesome. All right, next one we've got 7x plus 5 is greater than negative 2. First thing that I'm gonna do is get rid of that plus 5. So I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides. On the left side, that leaves behind 7x. Negative 2 minus 5 is negative 7. Have I multiplied or divided by a negative? No. All I did was subtract 5. Whoever's volume is on, please turn that off. Then, to get x by itself, we're going to divide both sides by 7. So divide by 7, divide by 7. This right here is the tricky part. I have x by itself now. Did I divide by a negative? No. I divided by 7. And I divided a negative number by a positive number, but I did not divide by a negative number. So it's a number you're multiplying by or dividing by. So my sign stays the same. It stays greater than. And negative 7 divided by 7 is negative 1. So x is greater than negative 1. I can put an open circle above negative 1. It's open because it's just greater than, not greater than or equal to. I draw my arrow to the right because it's greater than. Okay. Any questions on those first two? We've got 2 more on the back. We're going to keep those fraction styles fresh in our mind because those equations we solved with fractions get solved the exact same way inequalities with fractions get solved. So I'm going to flip this over. I'll show you guys how to fold it in a second. I've got x plus 2 over negative 1 is greater than 8. First thing that I need to do, because x plus 2 is up both on top of the fraction, I need to get rid of that over negative 1. So I need to multiply both sides by negative 1. So multiply by negative 1 on the left, multiply by negative 1 on the right. On the left side, they just cancel each other out. So I've got x plus 2 on the left. What's up? Good work. We flip our sign. Why do we flip our sign, Alex?
Because we multiplied by negative 1 on both sides.
We multiplied by a negative. So if you need to put a little note to yourself right here that says flip, you can. 8 times negative 1 is negative 8. Then from there, to get x by itself, we're going to get rid of plus 2. So we're going to subtract 2 from both sides. Get x is less than negative 8 minus 2, which is negative 10. Oh, and I should have put my solution down here. Sorry. I put solution boxes and I keep forgetting to use them. Okay, we'll do an open circle at -10. Because it's just less than, not less than, or equal to. And then my arrow goes to the left. Left is less than. Okay, last one, we've got x over 5 minus 2 is less than or equal to 4. Anybody remember from yesterday what my first step on a problem like this is?
Add 2.
Add 2. Since the x is the only thing that's getting divided, we need to add 2 first. So add 2 to both sides. On the left side, that leaves me x over 5. It's less than or equal to, because all I did was add 2, so I didn't divide by a negative. 4 plus 2 is 6. And then to get x by itself, I'm going to multiply both sides by 5. I get x is less than or equal to. I don't need to flip my sign because I didn't multiply or divide by a negative. 6 times 5 is 30. X is less than or equal to 30. Open circle at 30. Nope, just kidding. Close circle at 30. Tricked you. Tricked myself, really. And we go to the left. Okay. Let me show you guys how to glue this into your notebook to make it so that it is usable for notes. I'm going to leave the video running to show people this. So, fold it on that line, but fold it in. So, like, that gets folded down. Let me zoom out. Okay. So, turn it back so it's on the front, and then fold down. Then you are going to glue it. Let me bring this camera out more. You are going to glue it into your notebook. Like random notes over. After 1.2, obviously. You're going to glue it in. If you set it down here, put your glue on, and then fold it up, then your notes will be like this. They're right side up right now. And then when you flip up the back, you can see the 2 examples on the back, and they will also be right side up. So if you fold it, put it down here, and we will do notes like this. This is my most common note style, is like a page and a half front and back, and then you fold it like that. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the video, and I'll bring around glue.